Okay, so in our previous session we have seen that what is CAE and how it actually works, and what is FEA, what is numerical method, and elements, nodes. These kinds will be already covered in our previous session. So today we will see about an introduction to ANSYS. What is the graphics user interface of ANSYS? So before entering into that particular topic, so I am Ranjit. So you are watching Simulation Tech. Right. So ANSYS Workbench. So ANSYS Workbench is a CAE software, so already you guys are already aware of it. So this is the welcome screen of ANSYS. So let's see what are the components are available here, and what does it actually means. So first, this is called title bar. So what is the name of the project, and these kind of information is available in the title bar. So this is called title bar, and below that, so this is called main menu. So double M, so called main menu. So this is called main menu, and this is called standard toolbar. So ST, so standard toolbar, and this is called a toolbox. In toolbox we have 5 different categories. Let's see the 5 different categories. So namely that analysis system, component system, custom system, and design exploration. And last one is external connection system. So we will detailedly explain what is analysis system, what is component system in our upcoming session. So, and later that you have a status bar. So whatever the message or notifications while solving a problem, so that will be displayed in the status bar. And so if you want to expand that particular message, you can click on to that show 0 messages, right? So these are all the basics, and this space is called workbench space, namely called a project schematic. You can, whatever the project you have done, so that will be displayed over here. So what type of analysis system you have actually used, what are the relation between the two analysis systems, that also be explained over here. So this is called project schematics, right? So before getting into that real topic, so you need to understand that how CAE software is actually works. So it's not only for ANSYS. So whatever the CAE software, so we have a lot of CAE softwares. So ANSYS, Hypermesh, LSDynA, and Astron, and Hypermesh. So that is also CAE softwares. So all CAE softwares will works in the same principle. Let's see how it actually works. So it's very useful if you understand that concept, how software actually works. Similarly, we can also learn by that particular pattern, right? Okay, so let's see about that how CAE software works. So first, CAE. So this is my CAE software. So I can divide this into 3 categories, through 3 main categories. See, okay, and and 2. Okay, so it's 3. So what is the first category? So my first category is pre-processing. So I can change the color to purple, so I can easily differentiate. So pre-processing, and the next one is solving, the solving part, and third is post-processing. So it's mandatory to complete all the 3 processes to get in solutions, right? And so what is pre-processing doing? So what are the processes involved in pre-processing? Let's see. To create a geometry. So to create a geometry, or you can edit a geometry, so which is done by a CAD engineer. So that is also possible. So edit. So edit a geometry, and what we do, so after creating a geometry, we need to create a mesh. So meshing should be done. So what is meshing, and what are the types of elements, what is its use, that these kinds of steps is already covered in our previous session. So if you want to watch that videos, you can check out our playlist, or you can access those videos. So I can give the link in the I buttons. Also you can press and access that videos also. And the last step is boundary condition. So you guys are already aware of boundary conditions. So what is fixed support and different kinds of loads, these can be given in that boundary conditions. Okay, so these steps is called pre-processing step. So after completing the pre-processing steps, so then we go for solving part. So for solving, so in ANSYS itself, and on ANSYS or whatever it is in software itself, so solving is not our fault. So it's a software part. So software can solve the pre-processing data and give the results data. And how it actually solves means by using a solver. So in ANSYS itself, ANSYS has its own solver called ANSYS solver. So ANSYS solver. So ANSYS solver can be furtherly divided into two types. So either explicit. So first one is explicit or implicit solver. So either ANSYS can use explicit or implicit, and furtherly it can be categorized into a direct solver and iterative solvers. That is another category. So we will also see that what is direct and iterative solvers in our upcoming sessions. And let us take another software, another CAE software, any CAE software, and like Hypermesh. In Hypermesh, what are the solvers are used? So in Hypermesh, defaultly OptiStruct is used as a solver. OptiStruct, and another software is Radius. So Radius is also a software, also a solver. We can solve that pre-processing solver deck file in that particular solvers. So, and the last step is post-processing. What we actually done in post-processing to viewing the results. So that is the main thing happened in post-processing. So viewing the results, right? So or interpret the results. So the either you can say viewing the result or interpreting the results by using graphs or contours or colored images. So through GIFs. So GIFs means animations or GIF images. So that is called pre-processing stage. Okay, so hope you will understand that three different categories. One is pre-processing and solving and post-processing. So this is the so these are the basic steps, whatever the CAE software it may. So either ANSYS or Hypermesh. So regardlessly, it follows the same steps. Okay. Right. So, sir, if I worked in ANSYS, either I can use the three methods in the same software, so that is not a constraint. So, if you want to done the pre-processing in ANSYS, I want to solve the problem in Hypermesh, that is also possible. So, in Hypermesh solver, OptiStruct I can solve, or else I can solve the pre-processing data in LS-DYNA, so that is also possible. After solving, that solver will give you a data, so you need to view that data. So for that you need a post-processing environment. So in ANSYS itself, it has ANSYS Mechanical. So ANSYS Mech is a post-processing environment. In Hypermesh itself, we have another tool called Hyperview. So Hyperview is a post-processing tool. So we can use that tool to view the results which is given by a solver. That is also possible. And so we can regardlessly change the software for pre-processing one and solving one and post-processing one. So there is no constraint to stick up with a particular software. That is not a mandatory one. So for example, if you want to work with an aerodynamic objects or problems related to aeronautical departments, so that needs a fine mesh to occur a maximum efficiency. So for that, if you want to do a fine meshes, obviously you need a Hypermesh help. So without Hypermesh help, in Hypermesh itself, it has a lot of features to create a mesh, so detailed mesh. So now, while comparing to ANSYS, so you can go to Hypermesh and done the pre-processing work, so creating geometry, editing and meshing, and whatever the boundary condition you did, so that is also possible. And after that, you want to obtain the results in ANSYS itself, that is also possible. So you can came to ANSYS and solve the Solver file. So once you complete that pre-processing stage, so if you save that particular pre-processing file, in that file is named called as Solver file. So this file is named as Solver file. So you can solve the Solver file in whatever solvers. So but the need is that particular file format will be supported by that. Either if you want to solve in ANSYS solver, so that Solver file should be in ANSYS format, or else if you want to solve that particular Solver file in OptiStruct or Radus, so it may be in the form of .fem, so sorry, .fem, whatever it is, which is supported by OptiStruct or Radus. So you can save that particular Solver file into this particular format. After that, you can view that result in any one of the post-processing softwares. So hope you will understand how a CAE software will works and what are the workflow in CAE software. Okay, so that is all for this video. So hope you will like this video. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So we will meet on next video. So in that next video, we will see about how to open a new file and how to save, and what is save as option, and mainly what is archive and what is restore archive. So these kinds of informations, and little bit we will see about that what is analysis system and what are the remaining 4 sessions in that toolbox. So that will be covered in our next session. So see you on next video.